Ryan had always been a visionary, even as a child. His passion for cars was evident from a young age when he would disassemble and reassemble miniature models, creating unique designs that astounded his friends and family. His creativity and dedication set him apart, and everyone knew he was destined for greatness. By the time he reached 32, he had fulfilled that promise by becoming one of the top automotive designers in the United States. At his current position, Ryan worked for one of the largest automakers in the country. His latest project, a luxury car named Luxius, was the culmination of years of hard work, creativity, and relentless passion. The Luxius was not just a car, it was a symbol of innovation, combining cutting-edge technology with an elegant design that promised to revolutionize the automotive market. Ryan had poured his heart and soul into this project, and it was finally about to be launched. Despite his success, Ryan remained humble and grounded. He didn't care much for material possessions or appearances, preferring to focus on his work and the things that truly mattered. This unassuming nature often led people to underestimate him, a mistake that some would soon regret. Ryan's quiet confidence and steadfast dedication were the true markers of his success. On the day the Luxius was to be showcased at a luxury dealership, Ryan decided to visit the showroom. He wanted to see his creation up close and observe the reactions of the first customers. Dressed in faded jeans, a simple t-shirt, and comfortable sneakers, Ryan headed to the dealership, unconcerned with impressing anyone with his appearance. He knew his work would speak for itself. As he entered the dealership, Ryan was immediately met with curious and suspicious looks from the sales staff. The salesman, clad in well-tailored suits and polished shoes, assessed him from head to toe with thinly veiled disdain. One of them, a middle-aged man with a forced smile, approached him slowly. "May I help you?" he asked, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "Yes, I'd like to see the Luxius up close," Ryan replied calmly, his eyes gleaming with pride at the thought of his creation. The salesman let out a dry laugh, glancing at his colleagues, who also snickered. "The Luxius, huh? Do you have any idea how much it costs? Maybe you should start with something more affordable," he said, clearly underestimating Ryan. Ryan felt a wave of humiliation and anger rising within him, but he maintained his composure. He had faced prejudice before, but never so blatantly. Determined not to cause a scene, he simply smiled and nodded. "I know exactly how much it costs," he said calmly, "but thank you for the suggestion." Despite his polite response, the salesman continued to ignore him, focusing instead on customers who seemed more promising. Walking through the showroom, Ryan admired the Luxius from a distance. His heart swelled with pride as he saw his creation in all its glory. The car was indeed a work of art, with elegant lines and an imposing presence. It was everything he had envisioned and more. He took a deep breath, refusing to let the bitter experience with the sales staff ruin this moment. Ryan knew he had to do something about the prejudice he had just experienced. As he left the dealership, he began formulating a plan. This was not the first time he had been judged based on his appearance, but with the Luxius about to be launched, he had a unique opportunity to address the issue on a larger scale. He would not let this incident go unnoticed. In the following days, Ryan used his contacts at the automaker to organize a visit to the dealership with some of the company's top executives. He wanted to ensure the situation was appropriately addressed and that the salesman learned an important lesson about respect and professionalism. Ryan was determined to make a lasting impact and change the culture within the dealership. On the morning of the scheduled visit, Ryan dressed more formally, but still stayed true to himself. He didn't want to impress with his exterior, but rather with what truly mattered, his talent and dedication. Accompanied by 3 executives who were aware of the situation and ready to support his cause, Ryan arrived at the dealership, his heart pounding with a mix of nervousness and determination. As they entered the showroom, they were greeted with fake smiles and exaggerated greetings from the sales staff. The salesman who had humiliated Ryan did not recognize him, and instead addressed the executives with all the courtesy that had been lacking during Ryan's previous visit. Ryan remained silent, observing and waiting for the right moment to act. While the executives explored the dealership, One of them requested that all employees gather for a special presentation. The salesman, curious and excited, hurried to comply, eager to please the important visitors. Ryan knew the moment to reveal the truth was near, and that he would finally have the chance to right the wrong he had experienced. As the employees gathered, the atmosphere was tense with anticipation. The sales staff was eager to hear about the new car and impress the visiting executives. Joshua Thompson, the CEO of the automaker, stepped forward to address the group. "We're here today to talk about the Luxius," he began, looking around at the attentive faces. "But before we discuss the car, I want to introduce you to someone very special." Joshua motioned for Ryan to step forward. "This is Ryan, the principal designer of the Luxius," he announced. The salesmen's faces turned pale as they recognized Ryan. An awkward silence filled the room as Ryan stepped forward, his heart racing. This was his moment to address the prejudice he had faced and make a meaningful change. Ryan took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. "On my previous visit, I was treated with disdain and disrespect simply because of my appearance," he began, his voice firm but calm. "This is unacceptable. Every person who walks through these doors deserves to be treated with dignity and respect." The salesmen lowered their heads, some visibly embarrassed by their previous behavior. Joshua continued, announcing that the dealership would undergo a complete restructuring. The prejudiced employees would be fired or required to undergo intensive diversity and inclusion training. Ryan would be appointed as a special consultant tasked with promoting inclusion and diversity in all areas of the company. This was a decisive step toward ensuring that such incidents would not happen again. Ryan felt a wave of relief and satisfaction. He knew this was just the beginning, but it was an important step in the right direction. The dealership employees now understood the importance of treating every customer with respect, regardless of their appearance. Ryan's experience had sparked a necessary change, and he was committed to seeing it through. In the days that followed, Ryan began working closely with the dealership's team, sharing his personal experience and insights. He led several training sessions, emphasizing the importance of empathy and respect in customer service. The employees gradually began to change their attitudes, realizing the impact of their actions on others. Ryan's leadership and dedication inspired the entire team. They started to see him not just as a brilliant designer, but as a role model who stood up for what was right. The dealership slowly transformed, becoming a place where respect and dignity were valued above all else. Ryan's journey from humiliation to transformation became a powerful story that resonated with everyone involved. As the dealership's culture began to shift, the changes were noticeable not just to the staff, but to the customers as well. Ryan continued to monitor the progress, ensuring that the new standards were upheld. He made frequent visits to the dealership, observing the interactions between employees and customers, and providing feedback when necessary. One day during a routine visit, Ryan noticed a significant improvement in the overall atmosphere. The sales staff greeted every customer with genuine smiles and respectful attitudes. There was a palpable sense of warmth and inclusivity that had been missing before. Ryan felt a sense of pride knowing that his efforts were making a real difference. During one of his visits, Ryan was approached by Tommy, the young salesman who had previously apologized for his behavior. "Ryan, I wanted to thank you for giving me a second chance," Tommy said, his voice filled with sincerity. "The training sessions have opened my eyes, and I realize now how important it is to treat everyone with respect." Ryan smiled, placing a hand on Tommy's shoulder. "Change begins with recognizing our mistakes and being willing to learn," he replied. "I'm proud of the progress you've made, and I know you have the potential to become a great leader." Tommy's eyes sparkled with gratitude, and Ryan knew that this was just one of many success stories to come. The positive changes at the dealership soon began to attract attention from the broader community. Word spread about the transformation, and the dealership's reputation improved significantly. Customers appreciated the respectful and inclusive environment, and this was reflected in the increase in sales and customer satisfaction. Ryan's journey from being unjustly humiliated to leading a cultural revolution at the dealership was an inspiring story that resonated far beyond the showroom. It was a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and the belief that every person deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. As the dealership continued to thrive, Ryan knew that he had made a lasting impact that would be felt for years to come. Ryan left the dealership that day with a heavy heart, feeling the sting of the humiliation he had experienced. He had been judged solely based on his appearance, disregarding his accomplishments and the hard work he had put into creating the Luxius. As he walked home, he replayed the interaction in his mind, feeling a mix of anger and sadness. Despite the bitterness, Ryan refused to let this incident define him. He had faced adversity before and had always emerged stronger. This was just another challenge, one that he knew he could overcome. He decided that instead of dwelling on the negative experience, he would use it as a catalyst for positive change. Ryan spent the evening reflecting on his journey. From a young boy fascinated by cars to a top designer in the automotive industry, he had always followed his passion. He remembered the countless hours spent sketching designs, building models, and perfecting his craft. The Luxius was a testament to his dedication and talent, and he would not let anyone take that away from him. The next morning, Ryan woke up with a renewed sense of purpose. He reached out to his contacts at the automaker, sharing his experience at the dealership and proposing a plan to address the issue. He knew that he would need the support of the company's top executives to make a significant impact, and he was determined to get it. Within days, Ryan had organized a meeting with the CEO and other high-ranking executives. He presented his case passionately, detailing the humiliating treatment he had received and emphasizing the importance of respect and inclusivity in the workplace. The executives listened intently, some visibly shocked by the incident. They agreed that immediate action was necessary and pledged their full support. The visit to the dealership was scheduled for the following week. Ryan spent the days leading up to it preparing meticulously. He wanted to ensure that the message was clear and that the changes would be lasting. He worked closely with the executives to outline a comprehensive plan for restructuring the dealership and implementing intensive diversity and inclusion training. On the morning of the visit, Ryan felt a mix of nervousness and determination. He dressed in a way that reflected his authenticity, professional yet true to himself. As he arrived at the dealership with the executives, he felt a sense of pride in what they were about to accomplish. This was not just about correcting a wrong, but about setting a precedent for how people should be treated. The employees gathered in the showroom, curious about the special presentation. Joshua Thompson, the CEO, began speaking, his voice resonating through the room. He introduced Ryan as the principal designer of the Luxius, and the salesmen's faces turned pale with recognition. Ryan stepped forward, feeling the weight of their stares, but he stood tall, ready to deliver his message. On my previous visit, I was treated with disrespect and prejudice because of my appearance, Ryan began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. This is unacceptable. Every person who walks through these doors deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. The room was silent, the salesmen lowering their heads in shame. Ryan continued, detailing the restructuring plan and the mandatory training sessions that would follow. Joshua took over, emphasizing the company's commitment to diversity and inclusion. He announced that those who had shown prejudice would be held accountable, and that Ryan would be appointed as a special consultant to oversee the changes. The message was clear. There was no place for discrimination, and everyone had to commit to creating a respectful and inclusive environment. In the days following the visit, Ryan reflected on the journey that had brought him to this point. He thought about the countless challenges he had faced as a black man in the automotive industry. There had been many moments of prejudice and bias, but he had always persevered, driven by his passion for cars and his desire to make a difference. He remembered the early days of his career when he had to work twice as hard to prove himself. There were times when he felt invisible, his talents overlooked because of his skin color. But he never let those experiences deter him. Instead, he used them as fuel to push forward, constantly striving to be the best at what he did. As he prepared for the first training session at the dealership, Ryan felt a deep sense of responsibility. He knew that this was more than just a job. It was an opportunity to change hearts and minds. He wanted to ensure that no one else had to endure the kind of humiliation he had experienced. This was his chance to make a real difference, and he was determined to seize it. The training sessions began, and Ryan led them with a firm yet compassionate approach. He shared his personal stories, helping the employees understand the impact of their actions. He emphasized the importance of empathy and respect, encouraging them to see beyond appearances and treat everyone with dignity. Slowly but surely, he began to see changes in their attitudes. Ryan's journey was not just about overcoming personal challenges. It was about paving the way for others. He wanted to create a culture of inclusivity where everyone had the opportunity to thrive. As he looked at the faces of the dealership employees, he felt a renewed sense of hope. This was just the beginning, but it was a crucial step towards a better future. Ryan's dedication to his cause did not go unnoticed. The employees at the dealership began to see him as more than just a talented designer. He was a leader, a mentor, and an inspiration. His commitment to fostering an inclusive environment resonated with them, and many started to reflect on their own biases and behaviors. One day, Tommy approached Ryan during a break. "Ryan, I wanted to thank you again for everything you're doing," he said, his voice sincere. "You've opened my eyes to things I never considered before. I realize now that I need to change, not just for my job, but as a person." Ryan smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. This was the kind of impact he had hoped to make. Ryan continued to work closely with the dealership, ensuring that the changes were being implemented effectively. He conducted regular follow-ups, providing feedback and guidance as needed. The transformation was gradual but steady, with employees becoming more aware of their actions and making a conscious effort to treat everyone with respect. The dealership soon became a model of inclusivity, attracting positive attention from the community and beyond. Customers noticed the difference and appreciated the welcoming atmosphere. Word of the dealership's transformation spread, and it became a symbol of what could be achieved through determination and a commitment to change. Ryan's journey had come full circle. From being unjustly humiliated to leading a cultural revolution, he had shown that resilience and dedication could overcome prejudice and bias. He knew that there was still much work to be done, but he was confident that the seeds of change had been planted. This was just the beginning of a larger movement towards a more inclusive and respectful society. Ryan knew that the path ahead would not be easy. Changing deeply ingrained attitudes and behaviors required time, patience, and perseverance. He was prepared for the challenges that lay ahead, and he was determined to see the transformation through. He continued to work tirelessly, collaborating with the dealership's management to ensure that the new policies and training programs were effective. The dealership underwent a thorough restructuring process, with a focus on creating a more inclusive and respectful environment. Employees were encouraged to speak up if they witnessed any form of discrimination, and a zero-tolerance policy was implemented. Ryan's presence as a special consultant provided ongoing support and guidance, reinforcing the importance of the changes. As the dealership continued to evolve, Ryan remained vigilant, constantly assessing the progress and addressing any issues that arose. He knew that sustaining the transformation required continuous effort and commitment from everyone involved. He made it a point to stay connected with the employees, listening to their concerns and providing encouragement. One day during a team meeting, Ryan shared his vision for the future. "We have come a Ryang way, but our journey is far from over," he said, his voice filled with conviction. "We must remain committed to our values and continue to strive for excellence in everything we do. Together, we can create a workplace where everyone feels valued and respected." The employees responded with enthusiasm, inspired by Ryan's leadership and dedication. They understood that they were part of something bigger than themselves, a movement towards a more inclusive and equitable future. The dealership's transformation was not just about improving customer service. It was about fostering a culture of respect and dignity for all. Ryan's efforts began to bear fruit as the dealership's reputation continued to grow. Customers appreciated the positive changes, and the dealership saw an increase in sales and customer satisfaction. Ryan knew that the impact of his work extended far beyond the showroom. He had set a powerful example of how one person's determination could spark meaningful change, and he was committed to continuing his mission. Ryan's return to the dealership, this time accompanied by the executives, marked a pivotal moment in the journey toward transformation. As they walked through the showroom, Ryan observed the interactions between the staff and customers with a keen eye. He knew that real change required more than just policies. It needed a shift in mindset and behavior. The executives supported Ryan's vision wholeheartedly. They were committed to ensuring that the dealership not only met but exceeded the new standards of inclusivity and respect. Joshua Thompson, the CEO, often praised Ryan for his unwavering dedication and leadership. "Ryan, your resilience and determination are inspiring. We're proud to have you lead this initiative," Joshua said during a meeting. Ryan's presence at the dealership became a symbol of hope and change. Employees who had initially been skeptical began to see the benefits of the new approach. Customer feedback was overwhelmingly positive, with many praising the respectful and welcoming atmosphere. Ryan's efforts were beginning to pay off, but he knew that maintaining this momentum was crucial. Ryan continued to lead training sessions, focusing on empathy and understanding. He shared stories of his own experiences, helping the employees connect on a deeper level. "We must look beyond appearances and see the person within," Ryan often said. His words resonated with the staff, who started to adopt a more compassionate approach in their interactions. The dealership's transformation was a testament to Ryan's vision and hard work. He had turned a moment of humiliation into an opportunity for growth and learning. The journey was far from over, but Ryan was confident that they were on the right path. With the support of the executives and the dedication of the staff, the dealership was becoming a model of inclusivity and respect. The involvement of the executives was crucial in driving the cultural change at the dealership. Their presence and support reinforced the importance of the new policies and training programs. Joshua Thompson and the other executives made regular visits to the dealership, participating in meetings and training sessions to show their commitment. Ryan appreciated the backing of the executives, knowing that their involvement sent a powerful message to the staff. It demonstrated that the initiative was not just a temporary measure, but a long-term commitment to fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. The executives' active participation helped to build trust and credibility among the employees. During one such visit, Joshua addressed the entire team. "We are here to support you and ensure that everyone feels valued and respected," he said. "This is not just about following rules, it's about creating a culture where everyone can thrive." His words were met with nods of agreement and a renewed sense of purpose among the staff. Ryan continued to work closely with the executives, providing regular updates on the progress and challenges. He valued their input and guidance, which helped to refine the training programs and policies. Together, they developed new strategies to address any issues that arose and ensure that the changes were sustainable. The collaboration between Ryan and the executives created a strong foundation for the dealership's transformation. Their shared vision and commitment to inclusivity inspired the staff to embrace the new approach. The dealership was no Ryanger, just a place to buy cars. It was becoming a symbol of respect, dignity, and positive change. Despite the progress, there were still moments of resistance and skepticism among some employees. Ryan was aware that changing deeply ingrained attitudes would take time and effort. He remained vigilant, observing interactions and addressing any issues that arose. His goal was to ensure that the transformation was genuine and not just superficial. One afternoon, Ryan noticed a group of salesmen laughing and whispering among themselves as a customer walked by. Their behavior reminded him of his own humiliating experience, and he knew he had to act. He approached them calmly, his voice steady but firm. "Is there something you'd like to share with the group?" he asked, his eyes meeting theirs. The salesmen fell silent, their expressions turning serious. Ryan continued, "We are here to create a respectful and inclusive environment. That means treating every customer with dignity, regardless of their appearance. If you have any doubts about that, we need to address them now. His words hung in the air, a reminder of the commitment they had made. Ryan's approach was always one of education and understanding. He knew that punitive measures or Ryan would not lead to lasting change. Instead, he focused on helping the employees understand the impact of their actions and the importance of empathy. We all have biases, he often said. The key is to recognize them and work towards overcoming them. Over time, Ryan's efforts began to bear fruit. The salesmen who had once been skeptical started to change their behavior, becoming more aware of their actions and attitudes. They realized that respect and dignity were not just words but principles that needed to be practiced every day. Ryan's leadership and example were making a difference. The journey was not easy, but Ryan remained steadfast in his mission. He knew that real change took time and perseverance. By addressing issues head-on and fostering a culture of understanding, he was helping to create a dealership where everyone felt valued and respected. The false smiles and hidden truths were being replaced by genuine respect and inclusivity. With the dealership on a path toward transformation, Ryan and the executives focused on ensuring that the changes were sustainable. They implemented a comprehensive plan that included ongoing training, regular feedback sessions, and clear policies to guide behavior. Ryan's role as a special consultant was crucial in overseeing these initiatives and providing continuous support. The training programs were designed to be interactive and engaging, encouraging employees to participate actively and share their experiences. Ryan led many of these sessions, using his own stories to highlight the importance of empathy and respect. "We must listen to each other and understand our different perspectives," he often said. His approach resonated with the staff, who appreciated his authenticity and dedication. Feedback sessions became a regular part of the dealership's routine. Employees were encouraged to speak openly about their experiences and suggest improvements. Ryan valued these sessions, seeing them as an opportunity to learn and grow together. "Your input is vital in making this a better place for everyone," he would tell the team. "We are all in this together." The policies implemented were clear and comprehensive, outlining the expectations for behavior and the consequences of any violations. Ryan worked closely with the management to ensure that these policies were communicated effectively and enforced consistently. The goal was to create a safe and respectful environment for both employees and customers. As the plan took effect, Ryan observed positive changes in the dealership's culture. The staff became more cohesive, working together to uphold the new standards. Customer feedback continued to improve, with many praising the respectful and welcoming atmosphere. Ryan knew that the journey was far from over, but he was confident that they were on the right track. The dealership's transformation was a testament to the power of determination and collaboration. Ryan's leadership and the support of the executives had set the stage for lasting change. As they continued to work towards their goals, Ryan felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had turned a moment of humiliation into an opportunity for growth and learning, and the results were evident for all to see. The day of the special presentation had finally arrived. Ryan stood with Joshua Thompson and the other executives, ready to address the dealership's employees. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation as everyone gathered to hear the important announcement. Ryan took a deep breath, feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. Joshua began the presentation, his voice carrying authority and conviction. "We are here today to talk about the Luxius," he said, looking around the room. "But before we do that, I want to introduce you to someone very special. This is Ryan, the principal designer of the Luxius and a key figure in our company." The room fell silent as Ryan stepped forward. Ryan felt the weight of their gazes, but he stood tall, ready to deliver his message. "On my previous visit, I was treated with disrespect and prejudice because of my appearance," he began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "This is unacceptable. Every person who walks through these doors deserves to be treated with dignity and respect." He paused, letting his words sink in. The employees listened intently, some looking visibly embarrassed. Ryan continued, detailing the restructuring plan and the mandatory training sessions that would follow. "We are committed to creating a respectful and inclusive environment," he said. "This is not just about policies, It's about changing our mindset and behavior. We must all do our part. Joshua took over, emphasizing the company's commitment to diversity and inclusion. He announced that those who had shown prejudice would be held accountable, and that Ryan would be appointed as a special consultant to oversee the changes. The message was clear. There was no place for discrimination, and everyone had to commit to creating a respectful and inclusive environment. Ryan felt a sense of relief and satisfaction as the presentation concluded. He had taken a significant step towards addressing the prejudice he had faced and creating a positive change. The employees now understood the importance of treating everyone with respect, regardless of their appearance. Ryan's journey had come full circle, and he was ready to lead the way toward a brighter future. As Ryan finished his speech, the room remained silent, filled with a mixture of embarrassment and reflection. The salesmen who had previously humiliated him now stood with their heads bowed, ashamed of their behavior. Ryan's words had struck a chord, and they understood the gravity of their actions. Joshua Thompson, observing the reactions, stepped forward to reinforce the message. Ryan's experience is a wake-up call for all of us, he said, his voice firm. Respect and dignity are non-negotiable values in our company. We must all commit to treating each other and our customers with the utmost respect. The executives nodded in agreement, their expressions serious. Ryan watched as the employees slowly began to lift their heads, processing the message. He knew that real change would take time, but this moment was crucial. The humiliation he had faced was now a powerful lesson for everyone in the room. He hoped that it would inspire genuine transformation and a renewed commitment to inclusivity. After the meeting, Ryan approached some of the salesmen who had laughed at him. "I appreciate your attention today," he said, his tone calm but firm. "This is an opportunity for all of us to learn and grow. Let's work together to create a better environment for everyone." The salesmen nodded, their expressions filled with remorse and determination. In the days that followed, the atmosphere at the dealership began to shift. The employees started to engage more openly in the training sessions, sharing their thoughts and experiences. Ryan's leadership and the executive's support created a sense of solidarity and purpose. The dealership was on the path to becoming a place where everyone felt valued and respected. Ryan's speech had left a lasting impact on the dealership's employees. They began to see him not just as a designer, but as a leader who embodied the values of respect and inclusivity. His words resonated deeply, inspiring many to reflect on their own behavior and attitudes. Ryan's personal story added a powerful human touch to the company's efforts to foster a more inclusive environment. During one of the training sessions, Ryan shared more about his journey. "I've faced many challenges in my career," he said, his voice steady, "but I've always believed that hard work and integrity will prevail. We all have a role to play in creating a respectful and inclusive workplace." The employees listened intently, their respect for Ryan growing with each word. Ryan's authenticity and vulnerability made him relatable to the employer. They appreciated his willingness to share his personal experiences and to lead by example. Ryan emphasized the importance of empathy and understanding, encouraging everyone to look beyond appearances and treat each other with kindness and respect. The training sessions became more interactive, with employees participating in role-playing exercises and discussions. Ryan guided them through scenarios designed to highlight implicit biases and the importance of respectful behavior. The employees found these exercises eye-opening, realizing the impact of their actions on others. As the sessions continued, Ryan noticed a significant shift in the employees' attitudes. They began to approach their work with a new perspective, prioritizing respect and inclusivity in their interactions. The dealership's culture was slowly but surely transforming, reflecting the values that Ryan and the executives had championed. The dealership's transformation was not without its challenges. Some employees struggled with the changes, finding it difficult to break old habits and adopt new behaviors. Ryan remained patient and supportive, understanding that real change took time. He continued to lead by example, demonstrating the importance of persistence and commitment. One day, Ryan received a message from Tommy, the young salesman who had previously apologized for his behavior. "Ryan, I wanted to thank you for everything you're doing," Tommy wrote. I've learned so much from you, and I'm committed to making a positive change. Ryan felt a sense of pride, knowing that his efforts were making a difference. However, not all employees were as receptive to the changes. A few resisted the training sessions, refusing to participate or engage. Ryan and the executives addressed these issues head-on, holding individual meetings to discuss the importance of the new policies. They emphasized that everyone had a responsibility to contribute to a respectful and inclusive environment. Despite the resistance, the overall response to the changes was positive. Customers began to notice the difference, praising the dealership for its welcoming and respectful atmosphere. The positive feedback boosted the employees' morale, reinforcing the importance of the new values. Ryan knew that they were on the right path, even if the journey was challenging. The dealership's management continued to monitor the progress, making adjustments as needed. Ryan remained actively involved, providing guidance and support to ensure the changes were sustainable. The consequences of the transformation were clear: a more inclusive and respectful workplace, increased customer satisfaction, and a stronger sense of community among the employees. With the initial phase of the transformation underway, Ryan and the executives turned their attention to the long-term sustainability of the changes. They developed a comprehensive restructuring proposal that included ongoing training, clear policies, and regular evaluations to ensure that the new standards were upheld. Ryan's experience and insights were invaluable in shaping the proposal. The restructuring plan was presented to the dealership's management team during a special meeting. Ryan began by outlining the key components of the proposal. "We need to ensure that the changes we've implemented are lasting and effective," he said. "This means continuous training, regular feedback, and a commitment to our core values of respect and inclusivity." The executives supported Ryan's proposal, recognizing the importance of sustaining the transformation. Joshua Thompson emphasized the company's commitment to the new policies. "We are dedicated to creating a workplace where everyone feels valued and respected," he said. This restructuring plan is a crucial step in achieving that goal. The proposal included a detailed training program that covered various aspects of diversity and inclusion. Employees would participate in regular workshops and seminars, focusing on empathy, implicit bias, and respectful communication. The training sessions would be led by Ryan and other experts in the field, ensuring that the content was relevant and impactful. Additionally, the proposal outlined a system for regular evaluations and feedback. Employees would have the opportunity to share their experiences and provide input on the effectiveness of the new policies. This feedback would be used to make continuous improvements and address any issues that arose. The goal was to create a dynamic and responsive system that adapted to the needs of the employees and customers. The restructuring plan was approved, and Ryan felt a sense of accomplishment. The dealership was on the right track, and the proposal ensured that the positive changes would continue. Ryan knew that the journey was far from over, but he was confident that they had built a strong foundation for a more inclusive and respectful future. The support of the executives was instrumental in driving the transformation at the dealership. Their active involvement and commitment reinforced the importance of the new policies and training programs. Joshua Thompson and the other executives made regular visits to the dealership, participating in meetings and training sessions to show their dedication. Ryan valued the backing of the executives, knowing that their involvement sent a powerful message to the staff. It demonstrated that the initiative was not just a temporary measure, but a long-term commitment to fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. The executive's presence helped to build trust and credibility among the employees. During one such visit, Joshua addressed the entire team. "We are here to support you and ensure that everyone feels valued and respected," he said. "This is not just about following rules. It's about creating a culture where everyone can thrive." His words were met with nods of agreement and a renewed sense of purpose among the staff. Ryan continued to work closely with the executives, providing regular updates on the progress and challenges. He valued their input and guidance, which helped to refine the training programs and policies. Together, they developed new strategies to address any issues that arose and ensure that the changes were sustainable. The collaboration between Ryan and the executives created a strong foundation for the dealership's transformation. Their shared vision and commitment to inclusivity inspired the staff to embrace the new approach. The dealership was no Ryanger, just a place to buy cars. It was becoming a symbol of respect, dignity, and positive change. The dealership held a meeting to announce the changes formally. The room was filled with anticipation as employees gathered to hear the details of the restructuring plan. Ryan stood alongside Joshua Thompson and other executives, ready to present the comprehensive approach that would ensure a respectful and inclusive environment. Joshua began the meeting with a brief introduction. "Today marks a significant step forward for our dealership," he said, his voice filled with conviction. "We are committed to creating a workplace where everyone feels valued and respected. Ryan has played a crucial role in this transformation, and we are here to support these changes fully." Ryan then took the stage, outlining the key elements of the restructuring plan. He emphasized the importance of continuous training, regular feedback, and a commitment to core values. "We need to work together to create an environment where respect and inclusivity are at the forefront," he said. "This is not just about policies, it's about changing our behavior and mindset." The employees listened attentively, some nodding in agreement. Ryan could see that his message was resonating with them. He continued to explain the details of the training program, which included workshops on empathy, implicit bias, and respectful communication. The goal was to equip everyone with the tools they needed to foster a more inclusive environment. Joshua then outlined the system for regular evaluations and feedback. "Your input is vital in making these changes successful," he said. "We want to hear your experiences and suggestions for improvement. Together, we can create a dynamic and responsive system that adapts to our needs." The employees appreciated the emphasis on their involvement, feeling a sense of ownership in the process. The meeting concluded with a renewed sense of commitment among the staff. The announcement of the changes marked the beginning of a new chapter for the dealership. Ryan felt a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that they were on the right path. The journey was far from over, but with the support of the executives and the dedication of the employees, the future looked promising. The first day of training arrived, and the dealership's employees gathered in the conference room, eager to begin the journey toward a more inclusive workplace. Ryan stood at the front of the room, ready to lead the session. He felt a mix of excitement and responsibility, knowing that this was a crucial step in the transformation process. Ryan began the session with an introduction to the training program. "Today, we start a series of workshops designed to help us understand the importance of empathy, respect, and inclusivity," he said. "These are not just buzzwords. They are essential values that should guide our behavior and interactions every day." The employees listened intently, their expressions serious. The first workshop focused on empathy and understanding. Ryan led the employees through a series of exercises designed to help them see the world from different perspectives. "We all have our biases," he said. "The key is to recognize them and work to overcome them. Empathy is about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and understanding their experiences." The employees participated actively, sharing their thoughts and experiences. Ryan was impressed by their willingness to engage and learn. He could see that the training was having an impact, helping them to reflect on their behavior and attitudes. "This is just the beginning," he reminded them. "Change takes time, but we are on the right path." As the day progressed, Ryan introduced more interactive activities, including role-playing exercises and group discussions. The employees found these activities eye-opening, realizing the importance of respectful communication and the impact of their actions on others. Ryan's guidance and personal stories added depth to the training, making it more relatable and impactful. By the end of the day, the employees felt a renewed sense of purpose and commitment. The training had opened their eyes to the importance of inclusivity and respect, and they were eager to continue the journey. Ryan felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that the first step had been successful. The road ahead was young, but the foundation had been laid for a positive transformation. Tommy, the young salesman who had initially humiliated Ryan, was determined to redeem himself. The training sessions had opened his eyes to the importance of respect and inclusivity, and he wanted to make amends for his past behavior. He approached Ryan one day after a session, his expression earnest. "Ryan, I want to apologize again for how I treated you," he said. "I've learned a lot from these sessions and I want to change." Ryan appreciated Tommy's sincerity. "Change begins with acknowledging our mistakes and being willing to learn," he said. "I believe you have the potential to make a positive impact. Let's work together to create a more inclusive environment." Tommy felt a sense of relief and gratitude, knowing that Ryan was willing to give him a second chance. Tommy began to take an active role in the training sessions, participating in discussions and exercises with enthusiasm. He asked thoughtful questions and shared his own experiences, helping to foster a sense of openness and understanding among his colleagues. His transformation was evident, and Ryan was proud of the progress he was making. One day, Tommy approached Ryan with an idea. "I think we should start a mentorship program for new employees," he said. "It could help them understand our values from the beginning and ensure that they feel supported." Ryan was impressed by the suggestion. "That's a great idea, Tommy," he said. "Let's work on developing a proposal and present it to the executives." Together, Ryan and Tommy drafted a plan for the mentorship program, outlining its goals and structure. They presented the proposal to Joshua Thompson and the other executives, who were enthusiastic about the idea. "This is exactly the kind of initiative we need," Joshua said. "It will help reinforce our commitment to respect and inclusivity." The mentorship program was implemented, with Tommy taking a leading role. He was paired with new employees, guiding them through the training process and helping them understand the dealership's values. Tommy's journey from humiliation to redemption was a powerful example of how commitment and determination could lead to positive change. Ryan felt a deep sense of pride, knowing that he had played a part in Tommy's transformation. As the training sessions continued, Ryan emphasized the importance of empathy in creating a respectful and inclusive environment. He led the employees through various exercises designed to help them understand different perspectives and experiences. "Empathy is the foundation of respect," he often said. "We must learn to see the world through others' eyes." One of the most impactful exercises involved role-playing scenarios where employees had to assume the roles of customers from diverse backgrounds. The experience was eye-opening for many as they realized the challenges and biases that others faced. "I never really thought about how my actions could affect someone so deeply," one employee admitted. "This exercise has changed my perspective." Ryan also shared personal stories from his own life, highlighting moments when empathy had made a significant difference. He spoke about times when a kind word or a simple gesture of understanding had helped him overcome challenges. His stories resonated with the employees, making the lessons more relatable and impactful. The employees began to incorporate the lessons of empathy into their daily interactions. They made a conscious effort to listen more, understand different perspectives, and treat each other with kindness and respect. The training sessions created a sense of solidarity and mutual support, reinforcing the importance of the values Ryan had championed. Ryan continued to lead the sessions with passion and dedication, knowing that empathy was a crucial element in the dealership's transformation. The employees' willingness to learn and grow gave him hope for the future. The journey was far from over, but the progress they were making was a testament to the power of empathy and understanding. The transformation at the dealership became increasingly visible as the weeks went by. Customers began to notice the difference in the atmosphere, often commenting on the respectful and welcoming environment. The positive feedback was a testament to the hard work and dedication of Ryan and the entire team. One afternoon, a Ryan-time customer named Mrs. Johnson visited the dealership. She had been a loyal customer for years, but had noticed a significant change recently. "There's something different about this place," she said to Ryan, her eyes filled with curiosity. "Everyone is so kind and respectful. It's a wonderful change." Ryan smiled, feeling a sense of pride. "We've been working hard to create a more inclusive and respectful environment," he explained. "It's important to us that every customer feels valued." Mrs. Johnson nodded, clearly impressed. "Well, it's certainly working. Keep up the good work," she said, before heading to the showroom. The employees also noticed the positive changes in their interactions with each other. There was a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect that had been lacking before. They supported one another, celebrating successes and learning from mistakes. Ryan's leadership had fostered a culture of inclusivity that permeated every aspect of the dealership. The impact of the training sessions was evident in the employees' behavior. They greeted customers with genuine smiles, listened attentively to their needs, and went above and beyond to provide excellent service. The dealership's reputation improved significantly, attracting new customers and boosting sales. Ryan continued to monitor the progress, providing feedback and guidance as needed. He knew that maintaining the transformation required continuous effort and commitment. The visible changes were encouraging, but he remained vigilant, ensuring that the new values were upheld. The dealership was on the right path, and Ryan was determined to keep moving forward. As part of the dealership's ongoing commitment to inclusivity, Ryan took on a formal role as a mentor. He dedicated time each week to work one-on-one with employees, offering guidance, sharing insights, and helping them navigate their careers. His mentorship quickly became a cornerstone of the dealership's culture transformation. Ryan's mentorship sessions were intimate and impactful. He created a safe space where employees could openly discuss their challenges and aspirations. "My door is always open," he would say. "We all have something to learn from each other." His approachable demeanor made it easy for employees to seek his advice and support. One day, a young woman named Sarah approached Ryan after a training session. "Ryan, I've been struggling with my confidence," she admitted. "I want to grow in my career, but I'm afraid of making mistakes." Ryan listened carefully, offering her reassurance and practical advice. "Mistakes are part of learning," he said. "What matters is how we grow from them." Sarah's confidence began to improve under Ryan's mentorship. She took on more responsibilities and started to shine in her role. "Your guidance has made a huge difference," she told Ryan during one of their sessions. "I feel more empowered and capable." Ryan felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that his support had helped her grow. Ryan's mentorship extended beyond individual sessions. He organized group workshops and networking events, fostering a sense of community and mutual support among the employees. These initiatives helped to strengthen the bonds between team members, creating a more cohesive and supportive work environment. The dealership was transforming, not just in policies, but in spirit. As the transformation at the dealership progressed, Ryan emphasized the importance of continuous feedback and reflection. He believed that maintaining an open dialogue was crucial for sustaining the positive changes. Regular feedback sessions were held, providing a platform for employees to share their experiences and offer suggestions for improvement. Ryan facilitated these sessions with a focus on listening and understanding. "Every voice matters," he would say, encouraging employees to speak freely. The feedback sessions became a valuable tool for identifying areas that needed attention and celebrating successes. They also reinforced the sense of ownership and responsibility among the staff. During one session, an employee named Mark shared his experience. "I've noticed a significant improvement in our team dynamics," he said. "We're more supportive of each other, and it's reflected in our customer interactions." Ryan nodded, pleased to hear that the changes were making a tangible difference. "That's great to hear, Mark. Let's continue building on that." The reflections also revealed areas that required further effort. Some employees expressed the need for more training on specific topics, such as conflict resolution and cultural sensitivity. Ryan took this feedback seriously, working with the executives to develop additional training modules that address these needs. "Your input is invaluable," he told the team. "We're committed to continuous improvement." These sessions also served as a reminder of the journey they had undertaken. Ryan often reflected on the progress they had made since the initial humiliation he faced. "We've come a long way," he said during one meeting, "but there's always room for growth. Let's keep pushing forward." The employees appreciated Ryan's humility and commitment, feeling inspired to contribute to the ongoing transformation. The positive changes within the dealership began to ripple outward, impacting the broader community. Word spread about the dealership's transformation, and it became a model of inclusivity and respect. Local media took notice, featuring stories about the dealership's commitment to creating a welcoming environment for all. One day, a journalist from a local newspaper visited the dealership to interview Ryan. "Your story is inspiring," she said. "Can you tell us more about what motivated these changes?" Ryan shared his journey from the initial humiliation to the comprehensive transformation plan. "It's about creating a culture where everyone feels valued," he explained. "That's something we should all strive for." The dealership also started to engage in community outreach programs. Ryan led initiatives to support local charities and organizations, reinforcing the dealership's commitment to giving back. "We're part of this community," he said. "It's important that we contribute positively and support those in need." These efforts were well received, strengthening the dealership's reputation as a community leader. Customers who visited the dealership noticed the difference. Many shared their positive experiences, praising the respectful and inclusive atmosphere. "I've never felt so welcomed at a dealership," one customer commented. "It's clear that they genuinely care about their customers." The dealership's approach set a new standard for customer service in the industry. Ryan's work also inspired other businesses to adopt similar practices. He was invited to speak at conferences and workshops, sharing his insights and strategies for fostering inclusivity. "It's about creating a culture of respect and understanding," he would say. "Every business can benefit from that." His message resonated, encouraging others to follow the dealership's example. To celebrate the success of the restructuring program, the automaker organized a special event at the dealership. The atmosphere was festive, with employees, customers, and community members coming together to acknowledge the journey they had undertaken. Ryan stood at the front, ready to share his reflections on the transformation. Joshua Thompson, the CEO, opened the event with a heartfelt speech. "Today we celebrate more than just a business success," he said. "We celebrate a cultural shift towards respect, inclusivity, and empathy." "Ryan, your leadership has been instrumental in this journey. Thank you for showing us the way." The audience applauded, their admiration for Ryan evident. Ryan then took the stage, feeling a mix of pride and humility. "This journey has been about more than just policies and training," he began. "It's been about changing hearts and minds. We've all grown together, learning to see each other with respect and understanding. I'm proud of what we've accomplished. But our work is not done. Let's continue to strive for excellence." The event included testimonials from employees who had been positively impacted by the changes. Sarah shared her experience of growing in confidence under Ryan's mentorship. "Ryan's guidance has been life-changing," she said. "I feel empowered and capable, and I know I'm not a Ryan. We're all part of this incredible journey." Her words were met with applause and nods of agreement. The celebration concluded with a special presentation. Joshua unveiled a commemorative plaque honoring Ryan's contributions to the dealership's transformation. "This plaque is a symbol of our gratitude and respect," he said. "It represents the values we now hold dear, thanks to Ryan's leadership." Ryan was visibly moved, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment and appreciation. The event was a fitting tribute to the hard work and dedication that had driven the transformation. It was a reminder of the power of resilience, empathy, and determination. As Ryan looked around at the smiling faces of his colleagues and the supportive community, he knew that they had built something truly special. The journey was far from over, but they were on the right path. As the celebration event came to an end, Ryan reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. The dealership had undergone a profound transformation, driven by a commitment to respect and inclusivity. The positive changes were evident in the employees' behavior, the customers' experiences, and the community's perception. Ryan knew that the work was far from over. Sustaining the transformation required continuous effort and dedication. He remained committed to leading by example, providing mentorship, and fostering a culture of empathy and understanding. "We've built a strong foundation," he often said. "Now it's up to us to keep growing and improving." The dealership's success inspired other businesses to follow suit. Ryan received invitations to speak at various industry events, sharing his insights on creating inclusive workplaces. His story resonated with many, demonstrating the power of resilience and determination. "Change is possible," he would say. "It starts with a commitment to respect and empathy." The mentorship program continued to thrive, with new employees benefiting from the guidance and support of their peers. Tommy's leadership in the program was particularly impactful as he shared his journey of personal growth and redemption. "We all have the capacity to change and improve," he often said. "It's about being open to learning and supporting each other." The dealership's reputation continued to grow, attracting new customers and fostering loyalty among existing ones. The positive feedback reinforced the importance of the values they had embraced. Ryan felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that their efforts were making a real difference. The dealership was not just a place of business. It was a symbol of respect, dignity, and positive change. As Ryan looked to the future, he felt optimistic and hopeful. The journey had been challenging, but it had also been incredibly rewarding. He knew that they would face new challenges and obstacles, but he was confident in their ability to overcome them together. "We've accomplished so much," he said to his team, "and we have so much more to achieve. Let's continue to strive for excellence and make a positive impact."